Good pizza starts with great dough. Don't worry, it's easier than you think. You only need a few basic ingredients. We'll start with flour, the backbone of our dough. Next comes water, our magic ingredient that brings everything together. Yeast is our tiny helper, creating air bubbles for a light and airy crust. A pinch of salt enhances the flavor and controls the yeast. Finally, a touch of olive oil adds flavor and a beautiful golden hue. Now let's get our hands dirty. Baking bread is a rewarding process that starts with mixing and kneading the dough. This is where the magic begins, transforming simple ingredients into a beautiful, cohesive dough. Combine the flour, yeast and salt in a large bowl. These three ingredients form the foundation of our dough. The flour provides the structure, the yeast helps it rise, and the salt adds flavor. Add water gradually, mixing until it forms a shaggy dough. The water activates the yeast and starts the gluten formation. It's important to add the water slowly to ensure even hydration. Then turn the dough onto a lightly floured surface. This prevents the dough from sticking and makes it easier to knead. Knead for about 10 minutes, pushing the dough away with the heel of your hand. Kneading develops the gluten network, which gives the bread its chewy texture. Fold it back over itself and repeat. This folding action helps to strengthen the dough and evenly distribute the ingredients. This develops the gluten, giving the crust its structure. You'll notice the dough becoming more elastic and smooth as you knead. The dough should become smooth and elastic. This is a sign that the gluten has developed properly and the dough is ready for the next step. Place it in an oiled bowl, cover it, and let it rise until doubled in size. This resting period allows the yeast to ferment, producing carbon dioxide that makes the dough rise and gives the bread its airy texture. As you knead, you'll feel the dough becoming smoother and more elastic. This is a sign that the gluten is developing well. Stretch the dough occasionally to check its elasticity. A well-kneaded dough will stretch without tearing. Keep a steady rhythm as you knead. This helps to evenly distribute the ingredients and develop the gluten network. If the dough feels too sticky, sprinkle a bit more flour on the surface and continue kneading. The dough should be tacky but not overly sticky. Shape the dough into a ball before placing it in the bowl. This helps it rise evenly. Now, place the dough ball in an oiled bowl, cover it with a cloth, and let it rise until it has doubled in size. This resting period is crucial for the dough to develop its flavor and texture. While the dough rises, let's whip up a simple tomato sauce. Start with a glug of olive oil in a saucepan. Add crushed garlic and saute until fragrant. Then pour in a can of crushed tomatoes. Season with salt, pepper, and a pinch of sugar. Simmer the sauce gently, allowing the flavors to meld. You can add a touch of dried oregano or basil for an extra layer of flavor. Remember, this is a blank canvas. Feel free to experiment with your favorite herbs and spices. Now for the fun part, toppings. Mozzarella is the classic choice, melting beautifully and providing that signature stretch. But don't be afraid to get creative. Try provolone for a sharper bite or gorgonzola for a tangy twist. When it comes to other toppings, let your imagination run wild. From pepperoni and sausage to mushrooms, onions and peppers, the possibilities are endless. Just remember not to overload your pizza, as this can make it soggy. Section 6. Building your pizza masterpiece assembly tips. Once the dough has risen, punch it down gently to release the air. This step is crucial as it helps to create a more manageable dough and ensures that your pizza will have a nice, even texture. Be careful not to overdo it. A gentle punch is all you need. This process, known as degassing, helps to redistribute the yeast and sugars within the dough, setting the stage for a perfect rise during baking. Divide it into 2 bowls for 2 medium-sized pizzas. If you prefer a larger pizza, you can keep the dough as 1 large ball. Make sure to shape each ball by tucking the edges underneath to create a smooth, taut surface. This will help the dough to rise evenly and make it easier to roll out later. Let the dough balls rest for about 10 minutes to relax the gluten, which will make the rolling process smoother. Roll out each ball on a lightly floured surface into your desired shape. Whether you prefer a round, square, or even a free-form shape, the key is to roll the dough evenly to ensure consistent cooking. Use a rolling pin or your hands to stretch the dough, starting from the center and working your way outwards. If the dough resists stretching, let it rest for a few more minutes before continuing. This will make it more pliable and easier to work with. Transfer the rolled out dough to a baking sheet or pizza stone dusted with cornmeal. The cornmeal acts as tiny ball bearings, helping the dough to slide off easily and preventing it from sticking. If you don't have cornmeal, you can use flour, but cornmeal adds a nice texture to the crust. Make sure the baking sheet or pizza stone is preheated in the oven to ensure a crispy bottom crust. Spread a thin layer of your homemade tomato sauce, leaving a small border for the crust. The sauce is the foundation of your pizza, so make sure it's well seasoned and not too watery. A thicker sauce will prevent the dough from becoming soggy. Use the back of a spoon to spread the sauce evenly, ensuring that every bite is flavorful. Sprinkle with a generous amount of cheese and arrange your chosen toppings. Whether you prefer classic mozzarella or a blend of cheeses, make sure to distribute it evenly. When it comes to toppings, less is more. Overloading your pizza can lead to uneven cooking and a soggy crust. Choose a few high-quality ingredients that complement each other and spread them out evenly over the cheese. Remember, less is more when it comes to toppings for a perfectly cooked pizza. A well-balanced pizza allows each ingredient to shine without overwhelming the others. Once your pizza is assembled, it's ready to bake. Keep an eye on it as it cooks to ensure the crust is golden and the cheese is bubbly. Enjoy your homemade pizza masterpiece. As your pizza bakes, watch for the cheese to bubble and the crust to turn a beautiful golden brown. This is the sign that your pizza is nearly ready. Rotate the pizza halfway through baking to ensure even cooking. If you notice any large bubbles forming, you can gently pop them with a fork to keep the surface even. Once your pizza is out of the oven, let it cool for a few minutes before slicing. This allows the cheese to set slightly, making it easier to cut clean slices. Use a sharp pizza cutter or a large knife to slice your pizza into even pieces. Serve immediately and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Section 7. The heat is on baking your pizza to perfection. Now it's time to bake. This is the moment where all your preparation comes together. The dough has been kneaded to perfection. The sauce is rich and flavorful, and the toppings are ready to shine. Baking is where the magic happens, transforming these individual components into a delicious, cohesive masterpiece. Preheat your oven to its highest setting, usually around 500 to 550 degrees Fahrenheit, or 260 to 290 degrees Celsius. This high heat is crucial for achieving that perfect crust. It mimics the intense heat of a traditional pizza oven, ensuring your pizza cooks quickly and evenly. A pizza stone is ideal for achieving a crispy crust, but a baking sheet will work too. The pizza stone absorbs and retains heat, providing a consistent and intense heat source that helps to create a beautifully crisp and evenly cooked crust. If you don't have a pizza stone, a preheated baking sheet can also do the trick. Slide the pizza onto the hot stone or baking sheet and bake for 8 to 10 minutes, or until the crust is golden brown and the cheese is bubbly. The high heat will cause the dough to rise quickly, creating those delightful air pockets in the crust, while the cheese melts and bubbles to perfection. Keep a close eye on the pizza while it bakes, rotating it halfway through for even cooking. This ensures that all sides of the pizza are exposed to the same amount of heat, preventing any part from burning while the rest remains undercooked. It's a small step that makes a big difference in the final product. If you have a pizza oven, even better. Pizza ovens are designed to reach extremely high temperatures, much higher than a conventional oven. This intense heat cooks the pizza in just a few minutes, giving it a unique texture and flavor that is hard to replicate in a regular oven. The intense heat of a pizza oven creates that irresistible smoky flavor and perfectly charred crust. The high temperature caramelizes the sugars in the dough, creating a complex, rich flavor profile. The quick cooking time also helps to preserve the freshness and vibrancy of the toppings, resulting in a pizza that is both crispy and bursting with flavor. For an extra tip, let your pizza rest for a minute before slicing. This allows the cheese to set slightly, making it easier to cut and serve. Enjoy your homemade pizza, baked to perfection. Section 8. Home Pizza Hero. Tips for pizza perfection. Want to take your pizza to the next level? Here are a few insider tips. Use high-quality ingredients for the best flavor. Don't overwork the dough, as this can make it tough. Allow the dough to rise in a warm, draft-free place. Preheat your oven thoroughly for a crispy crust. Experiment with different toppings and flavor combinations. Most importantly, have fun and enjoy the process. Section 9. Pizza Bliss. Your journey begins now. Making pizza at home is a rewarding experience. It's about bringing together simple ingredients and transforming them into something truly special. With a little practice and these helpful tips, you'll be well on your way to mastering the art of pizza making. So gather your ingredients, put on your apron, and embark on your pizza making adventure. The delicious possibilities are endless.